Natural gas represents one of the most promising new sources of energy for the United States today. With current technology, natural gas reserves right here in the U.S. and even in our own town of Coppell have the potential to supply decades of energy to the U.S., bringing costs down and reducing dependence on unreliable and unstable sources of oil. However, natural gas does have its own share of issues, the most important of which is its lack of regulation. The most common method of extracting natural gas is a process known as fracking, which has a significant environmental risk that have already damaged places such as Pennsylvania, and no new laws or regulations have been made to mitigate its potential damage, although the industry insists that such regulations are necessary. As natural gas drilling is now being conducted on our very own community in Coppell, questions have arisen as to whether or not we should be pursuing natural gas as an energy source, and if we should, whether or not tighter regulations are necessary. In order to resolve these problems and questions, we as a collective population must be able to come to an informed conclusion on the state of the natural gas industry. And thus we went around asking members of the Coppell community how much they knew about natural gas, their opinions on it, and their thoughts on its regulations to see what direction the community is heading. Here are the interviews we conducted.
Hi, I'm here with Sam Kim. And we're going to be interviewing you about natural gas today, Sam. And so, what do you know about natural gas? Nothing. You know nothing. Yeah. Nothing at all?
Nope.
Alright. Well, what if I told you it was American? Do you think we should use natural gas or oil?
I don't know.
Alright. I'm here with another student, and what's your name?
Winston Uday.
Hi, Winston Uday, and we're going to be interviewing you about natural gas. So, what do you know about natural gas?
Not that much.
Know anything at all?
Nope.
Okay, well, what if I told you that it was an American oil? It was an American source of power. Would you, in your opinion, should we use natural gas or oil in the future?
I think natural gas.
Yeah. So they're going to be doing some drilling for natural gas in Coppell. What do you think about that?
I'm not sure. I guess.
All right, you heard it here. He guesses.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to be interviewing student Austin Clare. Hold on, where is he? Whoa! So that's a nice scooter. Does it run on natural gas?
No, it doesn't.
Why not?
It's powered by me.
Okay, so what is your opinion on natural gas as a fuel source?
It's pretty good. It's good for cars to get around, and helps everything.
So, you know natural gas is American, right? You know that.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, in your opinion, should America use natural gas or oil in the future?
Natural gas.
And why is that?
Because it's American.
And you yourself, you're not American. Why would you support America?
Because I live here.
Okay. Interesting, interesting. All right, so there's going to be some drilling in Coppell. What do you think of that?
As long as it doesn't hurt me and my family, I think it should be okay.
Do you know anything about the drilling process?
No, you can get some money out of it.
All right, very nice. You heard it here. He could get some money out of it. All right. I'm here with Senor Melville of Spanish, Ivy Spanish. All right, Senor Melville, what do you know about natural gas?
It stinks.
Yes, yes it does. You know, cows are a source of natural gas.
I've heard that.
You heard that? Okay. So, you know, natural gas is an American fuel source. We're doing a lot of drilling in America. It's, you know, considered the next big thing. Do you think that in the future we should lean towards natural gas or oil as a fuel source?
Natural gas sounds a good idea.
And why is that?
It's natural.
Very natural. I heard they get it from the earth.
Yes.
You know. And so, you know, there's going to be some drilling happening in Coppell. What is your opinion on that?
I'm okay with getting it, but I don't think they should drill it here. They should drill it somewhere else.
Why is that?
Because I'm selfish and I don't want it to actually be drilled here.
But you know you can make some money if you're living in that area.
Well, I don't live in Coppell.
Oh, so you want the money, so you want them to drill, where do you live?
Flower Mound.
Flower Mound. So you want them to drill in Flower Mound?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, makes sense, makes sense. Very logical.
Yep.
Alright, I'm here with Senor Hulse, and what do you teach?
I teach Spanish in the academies.
Oh, okay. So, do you know anything about natural gas?
Probably not very much, no.
No? What do you know in your limited experience?
Isn't there like a Bartlett? I know there's a word Bartlett that has to do with natural gas.
Very good.
And a couple friends of mine work for Exxon, which I know is oil, but I think they're looking into natural gas.
Okay, so if I told you natural gas was an American fuel source, and it's sort of becoming the next big thing here in America, do you think in the future we should use natural gas or oil for fuel here in America?
I mean, if we wanted to have less dependence on foreign imports, then yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
All right. Do you think we should have less dependence on foreign imports?
Economically, yeah, I think so. I think it's a good idea.
Okay, and they're going to be doing some drilling here in Capel. What's your opinion of the drilling?
As long as studies are done to show that it's not going to mess anything up, as long as everything's insured, I think it's fine.
Okay. Do you live here in Capel?
I do not.
You don't?
No.
Oh, okay. So you're not going to be getting any money from this drilling?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
So if there was drilling underneath your house, would you support the drilling or not?
I would, having had a lawyer read the contract, yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Senor Hulse.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
I'm here with Mr. Vanishy, an IB Math HL teacher, and we're going to talk to you about natural gas today. So what do you know about natural gas?
I know that it is a lot safer than people think it is. A lot of people get scared about, stories that they've heard about things exploding and stuff like that. But I know that it's a lot safer than other people would say it is.
Okay, so do you think we should use natural gas or oil in the future?
I think we should use whatever's available. And from what I understand, oil is running out, but natural gas is there's still plenty of that. So I think we should use whatever we have available.
What about foreign dependence? Natural gas does come from the United States, whereas oil comes, from countries abroad. Do you think that factors into your decision?
Definitely, yeah. I would think that if we can get natural gas here, then I think that would be better.
Okay, so there's about to be some drilling in Capel, and I know you don't live in Capel, but what do you think? What is your opinion on the drilling? Should we have it or not?
I think we should. I think that, again, people worry about what's going to happen if they live near natural gas. People have heard a lot of horror stories, but a lot of those have been overrated, over-exaggerated. I think it's perfectly fine. I live in Louisville, and there's already a lot of drilling for natural gas going on really close to where I live, and I'm really not worried about it at all. I think it's perfectly safe.
Are you getting any money from that drilling?
I am, actually, yes.
So does that factor into your decision?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I would think it was safe whether I was getting money for it or not.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, I'm here with Ken, a student here at CHS. And Ken, what do you know about natural gas?
何もわかりません。でも大切なことはみんなで頑張ってやることです。僕の名前はケンです。ここにいる2人はとてもバカだと思います。猿は大事です。
Okay, okay. And now, natural gas is an American fuel source. I'm sure you know that. And, oil comes from countries abroad, foreign countries. Now, in the future, do you think we should lean towards natural gas or oil?
ナチュラルガスがとても大切だと思います。はい。これからは一つのものに頼るよりも多数のものでお互いに貢献し合って働いていくことが重要だと思います。
And there's about to be some drilling in Capel. What do you think of that?
今このスピーチは僕とてもバカだと思います。それからなんで僕がこんなことやらなくちゃいけないのか本当にわかりません。
Thank you so much. Alright, I'm here with Mrs. Winters, an art teacher here at Capel High School, and we're going to ask you a few questions about natural gas. So, first of all, what do you know about natural gas?
I know I like to cook with natural gas.
Yeah.
That's my favorite way to. In fact, I had a natural gas stove put into my house when I remodeled my kitchen.
Oh, okay, that's awesome. So, now in the future, America is leaning, maybe thinking about leaning towards natural gas as a fuel source as opposed to oil. What do you think about that?
Well, just like oil, it's finite. There's not an unlimited supply of natural gas, so I think they not only need to be looking at natural gas, but looking at alternative methods as well.
What kind of alternative methods do you suggest?
Now that, I'm not a scientist, I'm an art teacher, so I don't know what the alternatives are, but I know that that science has the potential potential to develop alternative
But
sources.
weren't you a hippie at one point in your life?
No,
So.
never.
No?
And even though my shoes have little leaves on them, no, I was never a hippie.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. So they're about to do some drilling here in Coppell. What do you think about that?
Well, as long as it doesn't interfere with anyone's lifestyle. I don't live in Coppell, so it's not going to affect me any, but I'm sure there's drilling that goes on where I live.
No, if they drill underneath your home, you would get paid for that, like the gas that they harvest from underneath your house. So, you know, if they came up to you and they asked, would you accept, like, would you want them drilling underneath your house?
Well, if they don't, as long as they don't disturb my house, cause it to cave in.
Oh, it's very, very deep in the
Yeah.
earth. That wouldn't be
Well, and
a
I can
concern.
always use extra money, but again, it's a finite resource, and you know, they need to be looking at other sources.
Thank you, Ms. Winters.
Does that help?
Okay, Ashley Park. Do you think that the natural gas industry should have tighter regulations?
Yes.
East Shetty, do you think the natural gas industry should have tighter regulations?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm here with student Sean Kahn. Now, Sean, do you think the natural gas industry should have tighter regulations?
Yes,
And why do you think so?
because when they do the fracking and the liquid comes up through the pipey thingy and they put it all in a puddle, it just kind of evaporates and it causes a lot of pollution. And they light a bunch of it on fire and it's really bad for the environment.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm here with Ronald Lopez. Now, Ronald, do you think the natural gas industry should have tighter regulations?
Yeah.
I'm here with Edgar. Now, Edgar, do you think the natural gas industry should have tighter regulations?
Yes, because the way they take out the gas hurts the environment. It hurts the environment, and we need to have cleaner fuels.
I'm here with Jack Morris. Now, Jack, do you think the natural gas industry should have tighter regulations?
You know, well, sometimes I'd have to agree with this statement just because, like, when I have looser regulations, I tend to produce more natural gas.
Okay, I'm here with Mason Adams. Now, Mason, do you think the natural gas industry should have tighter regulations?
In some cases, I think yes, but in other cases, I think no. I think it's important for us to drill for natural gas just due to the fact that it's a safer solution than drilling for oil. But I think that natural gas companies like Chesapeake should regulate safety procedures because of leaks and more communities are being affected by it.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Regine, do you think the natural gas industry should have tighter regulations?
I think all corporations that are out for profit should have very tight regulations because people will only do something if it benefits themselves, especially when money's involved.
Thank you. Vern, do you think the natural gas industry should have tighter regulations?
No, because it's not necessary. Why should they have tighter regulations? There's no need for it. They're perfectly safe, and it's just going to get in the way of proper business and free market economics. Ron Paul, 2012.
Interviews we conducted at Coppell High School, we understood that most of the community members do not mind the drilling in Coppell. However, they are unaware of the repercussions. We as a student community need to better inform the Coppell members so that it is evident to them exactly what is going on in the community. Coppell members understand that the legislation is lacking, and this means that we must require more regulation from our government in order to have safe and harmless gas drilling within the community of Coppells, so that the members are not affected and we can have the most benefit from our new natural gas resources.
So, whatever the answer to our original questions of whether or not we should pursue natural gas as an energy source and whether they should have tighter regulations is, we as a public, as a whole, as a community, will need to be able to come together to make an informed decision on whichever decision we make. And from the interviews we conducted, we can see two things in regards to your original questions. First of which is that many people do want to see natural gas developed as an energy source because it represents a huge potential and an economic boom for the U.S. When our energy needs are so crucial. Secondly, which is that because the information is so lacking, because nobody really knows what the dangers natural gas is that we really do need to pursue tighter regulations because people need to be able to feel secure that their energy sources won't ruin their environment and ruin their communities. So what should we do? Well, first of all, we need to actually inform the public and about all the dangers of natural gas, especially the natural gas companies who need to disclose all the chemicals they use and all the practices they use so that we can make an informed, safe decision on whether or not to pursue it in the future.